Hey everybody, Portly Paladin here with another video update. And I'm recording this on my way to work in my car. If you're wondering why, well, it's a pretty long story, but I'll kind of cut it short. I did a video yesterday. It was about a 20-minute long video. And in the middle of that video, I talked about something that is a little bit of a sensitive nature. I was fine with it. I pride myself on being very open in these videos and talking about everything that I feel is relevant. But after having had this conversation, or this one, speaking about this one particular thing, after the fact I thought about it and I felt that it might hurt some people that I care about, might hurt their feelings, and I don't want to do that. Now let me just be clear here. I'm not worried about offending people. I think people who get offended at things, especially like things like this video, I think it's ridiculous. I think people these days get overly offended and they almost look to be offended. It's not a situation like that in this case. Like, it was seriously involving people that I do care about, and I did not want to upset those people. I tried editing the conversation out, or that part of the video, but again, I also pride myself on never having edited any of these videos. I very much like the fact that it's almost like a stream of consciousness type of thing, but I tried it anyway, and I just didn't really like the end product. So this morning I deleted it, and then I was getting ready for work and trying to figure out when I was going to get a chance to record a new video for you guys, because I really wanted to do a video this week, and I realized I really didn't have the time. The way my week works, because of the shift that I work, I have maybe an hour in the morning. Usually that time is spent getting ready for work, packing up my lunches and whatnot. Well, most of my lunch stuff is done by my wife. She packs all that up for me. So I'm very grateful for that, and I love her for doing that for me. But yeah, I have to get ready for work. I have to get up. I have to take a shower, shave, brush my teeth, get dressed, all that good stuff. And most of that time is spent doing that. So when I was getting ready for work this morning, and I was thinking about it, I thought, well, I can't really do it in the evenings either. There are things that I have to do responsibilities that I have usually in the evening, that I'm taking care of once I get home from work. Pretty late. I get home from work about 9 p.m. and then I generally go to bed around 11:30. So I have about 2.5 hours in the evening to get a few things done, and of course I want to spend some time with my wife as well. So I can't really fit in a video in the evening, and that's why I usually record these on Wednesdays, which is my day off, which is what I did yesterday. So I was like, either I could skip a video this week, which I don't really want to do, or I could record it maybe on Saturday, which I also didn't really want to do. I didn't really want to wait that long. I generally try to get these videos recorded on Wednesday, and if not posted on Wednesday, posted on Thursday. Then there are a few times, of course, that I've forgotten and haven't posted them until like the following week, usually, almost like a week late. But in this case, I really didn't want to wait. I wanted to get this out. So I decided I could record this while driving to work. So that's what I'm doing. Don't worry, I am being safe. I do have this in my hand, and I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not looking at the phone. Well, I'm looking at it right now because I'm at a stoplight, but generally I'm not going to be looking at the phone, so I am being safe about it. My hand is wrapped around the wheel. I'm basically holding this phone down against the wheel with my thumb, so that's why you're seeing it move around a little bit. As I move the wheel, the angle changes a bit. So I am being safe about it. Don't worry about that. But on to the actual reason that we're here. The biggest reason I wanted to do this video is I lost 13 pounds this week. It's not really that huge of an accomplishment, though. I'm happy about it, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I worked hard for that 13 pounds. It was obvious that it was almost completely water weight. I say that because, as I mentioned last week, there were the points where my hands were very swollen, my legs were very swollen. I could tell when I'm retaining water to where my legs do get pretty swollen and they get a little bit red and kind of shiny, actually. And before I weighed in yesterday and I went and put my weigh-in shorts on, I was looking at my legs and I noticed that they weren't red and shiny. So I was like, wow, I must have really did something about that whole water weight thing. And then I weighed in and found out that I lost 13 pounds. So, yeah, I'm going to say this out here in public in front of everyone, that my wife was right, I was wrong. She's probably going to put that on a loop or something and keep it on her phone to tell everybody, but it's true. She kept telling me to not be as down on myself as I'd been because it was definitely water weight. She could tell that I was retaining water. So, but I didn't want to believe her. I was still upset about it. I was still depressed about it. And, so I kept on going without even really dealing with it and just being upset. And then it turns out that that's exactly what it was. It was all water weight. Now, as a way to kind of take care of the water weight issue this month, or this week, I should say, what I did mostly is I just made sure to drink a lot of water. I sort of forced myself to drink a lot of water. I sort of got myself into a bit of a schedule at work, a way to make myself drink more water, and it obviously worked. It flushed my system, and I got the water out of my system so that everything was a lot better. So that's something I'm going to try to continue doing. I will admit that my job does not exactly lend itself to being able to drink a decent amount of water because, I am on the phone so often. So there's a time, and I'm dialing out, so I don't know when someone's going to answer, so I can't. And I'm usually doing a lot of stuff on the computer in between the dialing, so I'm clicking and typing and whatnot, so it's sometimes difficult to grab a drink of water. So I have found a point in my routine of each call to where it's pretty easy for me to grab a quick sip of water, or I should say gulp, because I kind of force it down a little bit of extra. So I'm going to keep trying to do that, make that part of my routine, like bring up the account, click, dial, drink, move on, So if I can keep doing that, I think I'll be a bit more successful on keeping the water weight down, so I can actually start working on the actual weight portion of things. So yeah, there's that. So I wanted to definitely talk about that. I also wanted to talk about, your state of mind when being on a diet like this, because mine honestly has not been that great as of late, because I've been gaining the weight. Even though, as I said, my wife was pushing and telling me that it was water weight and blah blah blah, I still didn't like it. I still felt like I failed, even though it was water weight. I felt like I wasn't doing what I should be doing in terms of my weight loss. So it upset me a lot. It depressed me a decent amount. And I just wasn't happy with it. So I've been kind of down in the dumps about it for the last couple of weeks. And I really think that one of my goals should be to do something about that. I don't really know what to do about it. I've got a good support system. I've got my wife who's supporting me. She's, helping me out and to try to remind me of these things. I've got sort of almost like the responsibility factor with you guys, and that's helping me, keeping me honest and doing things that I should be doing. I don't know. I got to do something. I don't know. I got to think about it, and I got to figure out what to do. But I definitely have to do something. So I have no sort of like food recommendations for you guys this week. I haven't really done anything new in terms of food. So it's pretty much everything I have for you guys. So until next week, I am your Portly Paladin. Keep waging the war against your waistline. Have a good one.